Hello, welcome back to Math Time with Professor Prime, and I am your host, Professor Prime. So I wanted to continue the series of videos that I've been doing with math anxiety, and in this video, the focus that I want to have are the kind of mind games that we play with ourselves or could potentially play with ourselves concerning math. And some of these pertain to the math myths that I mentioned in my video about those. Well, some of these I'm bringing up in this video, and I've kind of talked about some others more or less. But I wanted to kind of bring it all together. So here goes. So claim. I'm not quick at math, so I'll never be good at it. Counter. By whose metric are you quick or not? And if you are considered not quick, does that matter in the grand scheme of things? Does that really mean that you can't do math? I don't think that that's the case. People learn at different rates. People process things at different rates. And when you're solving a problem, people solve problems at different rates. And so I don't think speed should be a factor in whether you should or shouldn't do math, but it certainly is a factor when it comes to the mind games that we play. And I definitely get where people are coming from that. So, all right, are you ready for another claim? I do not have a math mind, and I don't think I ever have had a math mind, nor will I have a math mind. Some people start to play that game with one of those categories or all three, and that's the claim. But the counter, though, the counter is this. As I mentioned in my other video, I don't think having a math mind is actually a thing. We get through life both through our logic and our creativity, and in order to do math, you definitely need both. And it's never too late to learn. A lot of people that have an inclination towards math, a lot of that is through learning that language at a younger age, having that be pre-enforced, and growing up in the culture. But we can all get there. So that's another thing. All right, so how about another claim though? Claim! I got a problem wrong, therefore I am not good at math. I didn't get the material. Counter. So sometimes if you are doing a test or you're attempting a problem and you got it wrong, we can get into our own heads and think that that means that we're just not good at math, that we never will be, and that we're completely and totally wrong. But I ask you though, what did you learn from that wrong answer? Was it a conceptual error? Was it a gap in logic? Was it an algebra mistake? An arithmetic one, perhaps? Or was it an issue of having the proper vocabulary for the math or not reading the question correctly? There's a lot of things that could contribute to you having a wrong answer. Some of it's also just not being careful sometimes. But in all those cases, those are all things that are fixable. Those are all things that they inform you about something, about how you think, about how you approach the math, about being human. And so I feel like just because you had a problem wrong, that does not indicate your ability to do math. So I always think that you should ask yourself, well, what did I learn from it? And so a lot of claims could be made about math, a lot of mind games, but another big one that I wanted to mention in this video is math is unrelated to my life. That is the claim. So how about the counter? Here's the counter. So no, not true. Math is in everything and is everything. Math would exist whether we called it that or not. It would exist without the numbers or not, because it's not just about the numbers, it's what they represent. Math is how we view the universe, how we choose to talk about it, how we build our science. It's everywhere. It allows me to talk to you right now from the neurons in my brain firing off. But it's also how you're viewing this. It's through math. It's about systems, ideas, concepts, equations, networks, all that good stuff. It's about connection. Math is more than just one thing. and it touches our everyday life. It's how we continue to progress, knowing how to use it, knowing how to interpret it. Math is power, in a way. We can use that to do beautiful and amazing things. So I think playing that mind game where you're going back for first, like, well, I don't have a need to be good at it because it's never going to pop up in my life. It does whether we realize it or not, and whether we want it to or not. And doing it can just be good with working with your problem solving skills. So I think it can be an amazing thing. So I hope talking about some of these mind games though and some of these counters helps someone out there, because there's so much that we can do with math, so much we can stand to learn, and so many like games that we can play with ourselves and have like kind of pushed upon us, as well as myths that we hear. So I'm hoping that these videos will reach people and help combat that. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something in the process, or feel better about your ability to do math. So that being said, prime out. I'll see you in the next video.